Have you ever wondered why a woman who once spoke of wanting a kind, dependable man still ends up falling into the arms of the one who doesn't care? The one who texts when he feels like it, disappears without warning, and returns as if the world revolves around him. She knows he's trouble. She knows he will hurt her. Yet she is drawn, again and again, as if some invisible force compels her toward the flame that will inevitably burn her. Because attraction is not born from logic. It is summoned from the deep ancient layers of the psyche, where the civilized mask gives way to the primal dance between dominance and surrender, danger and desire. She doesn't choose the bad boy for his cruelty. She chooses him for his aliveness. In his presence, she feels her pulse again. He is unpredictable, uncontained, a storm that refuses to be tamed, and in that chaos, she feels something awaken that the safe man could never reach. The nice guy offers security, but the bad boy offers polarity. One represents the order she thinks she wants. The other embodies the chaos her unconscious craves. Jung would say she is not choosing the man at all. She is choosing her own shadow. The part of her that longs to break free from the perfection, the compliance, the endless self-control that life demands. The bad boy is not a man. He is an archetype, an initiation, a mirror showing her the forbidden power she represses. And yet, for you, the man who watches this unfold, it feels like betrayal. You were patient, you listened, you respected her boundaries. You offered presence without pressure, love without drama. But she drifted towards someone who doesn't even try. This wounds you because it violates the moral equation you believed governed attraction, that goodness should be rewarded, that effort should earn affection. But the psyche does not trade in fairness. It trades in energy. The Stoics understood this well. Epictetus warned that attachment to what lies beyond our control is the root of suffering. Her choice, her chaos, her journey, these are hers to live. When you anchor your worth in her recognition, you become enslaved by the tides of her emotions. You cease to be sovereign. The discipline of a Stoic man lies in seeing without possession, in loving without attachment, in understanding that not every rejection is a loss. Some are redirections toward your higher nature. The bad boy, in truth, represents a distorted form of masculine polarity, confidence without compassion, power without discipline. What draws her is not the toxicity itself, but the feeling of emotional intensity that accompanies it. The thrill of uncertainty mimics passion. The pain of inconsistency masquerades as depth. Her nervous system confuses volatility with vitality because it mirrors her unresolved patterns of love. She returns to the chaos, not because she desires pain, but because pain feels familiar. When a man carries no edge, no polarity, no mastery of his inner fire, he unconsciously repels the feminine. The safe man becomes the brother, not the lover. His gentleness, though noble, lacks gravity. The woman senses that beneath his kindness lies fear, the fear of confrontation, of rejection, of his own shadow. And so she gravitates toward the man who seems fearless, even if that fearlessness is reckless. What she seeks is not cruelty, but containment, the presence of a man who can hold her storm without drowning in it. To become that man is not to imitate the arrogance of the bad boy, but to integrate what he symbolizes, to command respect without demanding it, to embody calm that does not collapse, strength that does not shout. Marcus Aurelius wrote that true power is to be calm amidst storms. The masculine heart must become both the mountain and the flame, rooted in purpose, yet alive with spirit. So when she chooses him over you, Do not see it as proof of your inadequacy. See it as a lesson whispered by life itself that love cannot be earned through performance, nor forced through logic. Desire is not moral, it is magnetic. She must walk her path through illusion to discover truth. And you must walk yours to master the self that seeks validation in her choice. Because the moment you stop chasing understanding is the moment you begin to understand. She doesn't really fall for the bad boy. She falls for what he awakens in her. The tension, the danger, the forbidden spark that makes her feel alive. He mirrors the side of her that society told her to suppress, the wild, impulsive, untamed self, buried beneath layers of expectation. Around him, she feels permission to stop performing goodness. He gives her chaos, and from chaos, she feels rebirth. You, on the other hand, represent the order of her conscious mind. The checklist of virtues she says she values: kindness, consistency, patience. But attraction doesn't arise from checklists. It ignites from contrasts. In you, she feels peace. In him, she feels pulse. The paradox is cruel but true. Peace without polarity becomes boredom, and boredom, to an unhealed feminine, feels like death. Jung wrote that the anima seeks integration through confrontation with her own shadow. Every woman carries within her both Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty, harmony, and love, and Lilith, the exiled feminine, fierce, instinctual, defiant. The bad boy calls to the Lilith in her. His disregard awakens her hunger to be chosen. His unpredictability tests her self-worth. She believes she is chasing love, but in truth, she is wrestling with herself, trying to heal the wound that whispers she is only valuable when desired. You see, the bad boy offers her not affection, but a mirror. He forces her to face the unhealed narrative that she must earn love through suffering. His rejection reactivates the primal ache of abandonment that lives in the body long before she met you, or him. And so she dances on the edge of pain, mistaking emotional spikes for depth. She calls it chemistry. But chemistry is often just trauma recognizing itself. And what of you, the man who watches from the shore while she swims into the storm? You ache to rescue her. But the Stoic would remind you, rescue is a form of attachment disguised as virtue. Marcus Aurelius warned, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. The discipline is not in saving her, but in mastering yourself, your emotions, your impulses, your need to be chosen. Because if your peace depends on her recognition, you have already surrendered your power. The bad boy's secret lies in indifference, not because he is strong, but because he is detached from empathy. Yet detachment without virtue is emptiness. True Stoic detachment is different. It's not numbness, but clarity. It's the calm awareness that her attraction or rejection is neither victory nor defeat. It's simply a reflection of her inner state, not your value. So, you must learn the paradox: to embody warmth without need, strength without aggression, desire without dependence. The Stoic man does not chase validation. He emanates it. He walks with quiet intensity, neither begging nor boasting. His presence calms storms instead of creating them. The feminine senses this, true groundedness, and though it may not ignite fireworks at first, it creates gravity. Still, understand this truth. Until she evolves beyond her shadow, she cannot truly love the calm man. She will confuse peace with emptiness, stability with stagnation. The very traits that make you trustworthy will, to her unhealed heart, feel dull. It isn't your failure, it's her timing. And the mature man must have the strength to let her learn through contrast. Because pain is a teacher no lecture can replace. The bad boy will wound her, but the wound will open her eyes. She will taste the hollow sweetness of chaos, and only then will she crave the stillness she once rejected. But by that time, the Stoic man will no longer be waiting with open arms. He will be walking his own path, detached yet whole. Remember, your discipline is not in controlling her, but in mastering your reaction to her choices. Let her chaos be her curriculum. Let your peace be your power. You think she's rejecting you, but she's really rejecting the reflection of herself that you hold up too clearly. The calm, steady man, disciplined, rational, whole, mirrors the parts of her that she has not yet integrated. He offers stillness, but stillness terrifies those who are addicted to motion. In your silence, she hears her own chaos echo. In your composure, she feels the weight of her own unrest. So she runs toward the man who keeps her spinning, because stillness would force her to meet herself. This is the tragedy of unconscious love. It isn't love at all, but projection. The bad boy is the screen onto which she casts her fantasies, her fears, her desire to feel alive. When he withdraws, she chases. When he returns, she surrenders. It's not romance, it's reinforcement. The dopamine hit of unpredictability masquerading as passion. Modern psychology calls it intermittent reinforcement. Ancient Stoics would call it enslavement to impulse. Either way, the result is the same: attachment without peace. You may ask then, what does the Stoic man do when faced with this? Does he harden? Does he become cold, distant, untouchable? No. He refines his warmth into presence, his passion into discipline, his desire into purpose. He learns to feel deeply without being consumed. He becomes the embodiment of logos, reason not as suppression, but as sovereignty. He does not fight chaos. He absorbs it without losing form. The Stoic man understands that the feminine chaos is not his enemy, it is nature. To stand before it without resentment is strength. To understand that it cannot be controlled is wisdom. And to love it without losing himself, that is mastery. Women are not drawn to pain itself. They are drawn to depth. The problem is that in a shallow world, pain is often the only place depth still exists. The bad boy, in his broken way, radiates intensity, but intensity is a counterfeit of depth, just as passion is a counterfeit of purpose. You cannot out-dramatize him, nor should you try. Your task is to embody stillness so profound that even her chaos bows before it. When she tests you, emotionally, verbally, even through silence, she is not trying to destroy you. She is searching for your center. She wants to know, can you remain calm when I lose control? Can you still see me when I hide behind my emotions? Can you stand firm without crushing me? Most men fail these tests because they respond with fear or anger. The Stoic man passes them by, responding with presence. He speaks little, but every word carries weight. He moves slowly, but every gesture communicates intention. He does not chase her validation, yet he is not indifferent. He is aware. He observes her patterns as Marcus Aurelius observed the movements of the stars, with curiosity, not possession. The bad boy's magnetism lies in his freedom from approval. The Stoic man reclaims that same freedom, but adds virtue. Where the bad boy's detachment wounds, the Stoic's detachment heals. Where the bad boy's silence confuses, the Stoic's silence clarifies. He is neither slave to desire nor enemy of it. He walks through temptation untouched because he understands it, not because he denies it. And in time, something changes. When the woman who once ran toward chaos begins to tire of the noise, she will remember the calm man she left behind. The memory of peace lingers longer than the thrill of pain. But by then, he will have transformed, not into a man waiting to be chosen, but into a man who chooses himself. This is the essence of Stoic attraction. Not to manipulate, but to magnetize. Not to demand, but to embody. The universe bends toward those who no longer need, and women, consciously or not, are drawn to the man whose validation comes from within. Because the man who does not need her attention commands it effortlessly. A woman's attraction is not a straight line. It is a spiral, a sacred geometry of emotion that winds around power, vulnerability, and mystery. The bad boy embodies that mystery because he stands slightly beyond her reach. His distance makes him magnetic. His unpredictability awakens her curiosity. In a world where everyone is available, the one who is not becomes irresistible. Yet what she truly craves isn't the man himself. It's the feeling he evokes, the tension of uncertainty, the thrill of pursuit, the dance between danger and safety. Her heart beats faster, not because he is better, but because he is unknowable. And what is unknowable always feels divine. Meanwhile, you stand before her with full transparency, honest, consistent, open. You show her your cards, your intentions, your care. You offer peace, but peace feels silent next to chaos. The mistake many men make is thinking women fall for pain. They don't. They fall for presence. The bad boy appears present because his mood commands the moment. His silence, his gaze, his arrogance, all pull her focus. You, in trying to please her, give away the very gravity that would have kept her orbiting. The Stoic man learns this, that attraction is not sustained by need, but by mystery born of self-containment. To be self-contained is to be untouchable, not emotionally cold, but complete. It means that even in her absence, you are whole. Even in rejection, you remain unmoved. The universe bends toward such equilibrium because balance is power disguised as serenity. Most men lose themselves in pursuit. They mistake intensity for connection, validation for intimacy. But the Stoic understands that what begins in desperation will end in disillusionment. He does not chase emotions like waves. He becomes the shore that they break upon. You must understand this paradox. The moment you stop trying to get the woman is the moment she begins to feel you. Because energy follows value, and value radiates from those who do not beg for it. When you detach from outcome, you no longer vibrate with need. You resonate with presence, and presence is magnetic. The bad boy's power ends where his ego begins. He must always prove, always win, always dominate. But the Stoic man no longer plays the game because he has transcended the need to compete. His energy does not scream. It hums quietly, like a deep note that commands attention without words. He is not mysterious by manipulation, but by mastery. He has met his own shadow and no longer fears it, and that makes him impenetrable. Women sense this difference. The immature feminine may first chase the storm, but the awakened feminine seeks the sky that holds it. And when she meets the man who can hold her chaos without judgment, who can love her passion without losing his peace, she finally understands what real safety feels like. But that understanding cannot be forced upon her. It must be lived into. She must taste the illusion of passion to recognize the truth of presence. She must dance through her wounds to recognize real stability. You cannot pull her from the fire. You can only become the light she will see when she escapes it. So, The Stoic man waits, not in longing, but in stillness. He refines his purpose, sharpens his discipline, expands his soul. He knows that mastery of self is the highest form of attraction. Because when a man's heart is no longer swayed by flattery or rejection, when he governs his emotions as a philosopher governs reason, he becomes something rare, an unmoved mover in a world of reaction. The world tests such men. It tempts them to abandon principle for validation, to trade depth for attention. But the Stoic remembers, the power to choose is the power to remain free. Freedom, not charm, not dominance, not wealth, is the ultimate aphrodisiac. The man who has mastered himself becomes untouchable, not because he has no emotion, but because his emotions no longer rule him. He feels everything, yet remains unmoved. This is what Marcus Aurelius meant when he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." The Stoic man lives by this truth. He does not suppress desire, he channels it. He does not avoid pain, he transforms it into wisdom. When the bad boy loses control, he burns everything around him. When the Stoic man feels the same fire, he forges it into purpose. That is the difference between chaos and command, between attraction born of adrenaline and attraction born of authenticity. Women sense this distinction even if they cannot articulate it. One energy pulls from emptiness, the other radiates from fullness. One demands attention, the other draws it naturally. The Stoic man no longer asks, "Why doesn't she choose me?" Because he understands that choice built on chaos is not love, it is compulsion. And compulsion cannot coexist with peace. He learns that love, like respect, cannot be negotiated. It must be mirrored. To seek it from someone who cannot yet give it is to betray oneself. So, he stops chasing and begins cultivating. He invests in silence, discipline, and mastery. Each morning, he strengthens his mind as he would his body. Each evening, he studies the architecture of his thoughts, tearing down the walls built by insecurity. In time, his energy shifts. Where once he sought validation, now he emanates gravity. His voice lowers, not in arrogance, but in calm. His eyes soften, not in submission, but in awareness. His very stillness becomes a statement, "I am enough, even without you." This shift terrifies those who need control. The woman who once overlooked him now feels something she can't explain, a pull, subtle but undeniable. His detachment no longer feels like distance, it feels like power. She begins to wonder what she missed, why she cannot shake the memory of his composure. Because the human mind is drawn to what it cannot easily define. And here lies the great paradox. The moment he stops trying to be chosen is the moment he becomes unforgettable. But he doesn't wait for her return. He walks further into purpose, toward his craft, his vision, his higher calling. The Stoic man understands that the purpose of rejection is redirection. Every emotional wound is a doorway to deeper mastery. Every heartbreak, an opportunity to detach from illusion. He no longer blames her for choosing chaos. He thanks her for revealing the parts of himself still ungoverned. She was never the lesson. His reaction to her was. Through her, he meets his own shadow. The need to be liked, the fear of being unseen, the hunger for control. And by observing these with calm awareness, he dissolves them. When he finally sees her again, whether in reality or memory, there is no bitterness, no desire to prove, only gratitude. Because her rejection was not a loss, it was a purification. It stripped away the illusion that love must be earned through effort. It taught him that attraction built on need collapses, but attraction built on wholeness endures. In this state, the Stoic man no longer asks who she will choose. He knows the answer doesn't matter. The woman who acts from her shadow will always seek storms until she learns to find peace within. And the man who acts from his light will always walk in calm, no matter how loud the world becomes, because peace is the ultimate power. The bad boy's charm fades with time. His chaos burns itself out. But the Stoic man's magnetism grows stronger, quieter, deeper, because it's not built on performance, but presence. And when she finally outgrows the thrill of danger, when the noise of drama becomes unbearable, she will remember him, the man who never chased, never begged, never broke, the man who stood in stillness while others screamed.